Today at Main Street Service Centers, one of the things that we run into from time to time is a customer brings us a vehicle and it's been to a couple other shops, and they're still having the same problem and so on and so forth. And in the vehicle repair business, we're not perfect. All of us are going to make mistakes from time to time or miss something. Unfortunately, in 25 years we've done that a time or two. And but today we've got a customer that's actually come from another town and having a problem, and she had the problem, took it into a shop, and they said, okay, well, this is what we need to do, and still had the problem, and then took it back, and the vehicle sat there for a couple of weeks. They never could get it worked back in for her to go ahead and see what the problem was, and then still having the issue, then they went out of business. So today at Main Street Service Center, we've got her in here and getting her fixed up. What we found is that whenever she had it into the other shop, that they had actually repaired or replaced an ignition coil on this vehicle, and this is the one that they put on. And this is actually a fairly good quality brand ignition coil that they put on, but it was bad. And so whenever they took it back, they just assumed that the part that they had installed was a good one, and so they started looking elsewhere and so on and so forth and couldn't find it. So what we did is whenever we tested and found out that was bad, this is a GM product, so we actually put on an AC Delco ignition coil, and that took care of the running issue that she was having. The other thing though is whenever the vehicle came in, it sounded terrible. I mean, it just sounded like there was just something in here just carrying on something fierce, and I assumed, based on listening to it, that probably that sound was associated with the way that it was running, and it wasn't. Whenever our technician found out that it was the ignition coil, and we got authorization and changed that ignition coil, the vehicle ran great. Still sounded terrible. Still sounded like it had some really bad issues. So we went ahead and checked into that for her just to see what we could find out. And we actually found that her belt tensioner assembly was bad. And you can see right here that it was actually, the tensioner assembly was so bad that it was actually rubbing right here on the bracket over there, and it was just making a bad noise. Now the tensioner assembly, that's what keeps the drive belt nice and tight. Okay, there's a huge, if I could open up this for you, there's a huge coil spring in here, and that's what actually keeps the belt nice and tight, keeps tension on that belt, and it does it automatically. Well, and then you can see this belt here. This belt has just got a lot of cracks in it and stuff like that. And so whenever we got the drivability, we got the issue that she brought it in for, we got that taken care of, and we called her and said, hey, we've got your vehicle running great. It was the ignition coil. It runs really good. However, unrelated to the drivability issue, it's got that noise still, and we found out that it's the tensioner assembly and the belt needs to be changed. Would you like us to take care of that while it's here? And so, of course, she's just like all of us. She wanted to know how much more that was going to cost and everything, and so we gave her that information. She said, yeah, go ahead and do that. So now the car is not only running great, but also it sounds so much better and everything. Now, Main Street Service Center, we're a big proponent of putting on quality parts that we know that we can stand behind, that they're going to last a long time, that we know that we're not going to get those parts right back. So for instance, we put on a Gates belt and a Gates belt tensioner assembly. As I said, we put on an AC Delco coil. There are a lot of cheap parts out there, but the saying goes, you get what you pay for, and that is exactly true in parts for vehicles. It's amazing. Something that looks identical to this is made by one company or in one country, and another part looks just like it is made somewhere else, and it's just night and day difference about the performance or the longevity of the part, how long it's going to last. So at Main Street Service Center, of course, we're always going to give you choices. That's what we've been doing for 25 years, and that's why we've been so successful in taking care of our customers. Visit us on the web or give us a call at 741-4252. I think I said that right. Or come by and see us at 620 Goblin Drive. Have a great day. Mssc, that's Main Street Service Center. Vehicle repair you can trust since 1989.